somewhere my youngest son sliding across the red wing stadium in Detroit.
Oh, yeah?
So we started playing hockey back there. Never left you. You only played your own arena. So many fun teams. All at once, and that's
Minnesota's great. My kids have played games there, but they haven't actually been in any of the associations. There's a rink every 2 miles.
I guess I played in Littleton.
All right, folks. Getting ready for the start of our game between the Colorado Springs Tigers and the Arvada Hockey Association. This is at the 14U level, and the first game for the Colorado Springs Tigers for the Silver Sticks tournament. And we got some guitar solo going on with the national anthem, but they didn't call for the national anthem and nobody's doing anything, just kind of listening to it. So pucks are picked up, referees are checking the nets. We should be ready to go here shortly. All right. Okay, we don't have a great viewing angle with this particular ring, so hopefully I can keep the camera going well. Again, 14UA Silver Sticks tournament, game number 1 for the Tigers. Do not know if this is the first game for Arvada or not. Starting up front, we got Seabolt taking the draw out with Dean, and number 76, can't recall who that is off the top of my head, chipped up the boards. Back to center ice after Arvada wins the race. Dean gets it and bobbles it a little bit. Back to the Tigers. Bounce off the boards by chipped up off the boards. Back to Chamberlain, but picked up by number 2 as he carries it in. Kicks it ahead, goes off the side of the net. Chamberlain now with it, chips it up to Thien. Thien chipped it off the boards. Seabolt comes up through the neutral zone and not able to keep a handle on it. Number 67 got good body position on Seabolt as he goes down. Tigers stop it right at their own blue line and then chipped ahead. Lost the handle on it. Sorry about the camera there. Arvada now controlling it. They give it over to Noon. Noon not able to keep it in the zone. Comes back out of the zone. Sophia coughs it up and gives it over to number 2. Shot on goal. That's going to put Arvada on the scoreboard early on. Coughed up puck in the neutral zone. Their player split the D and went in. Shot on Kimball. He's not able to keep that out. Early goal early on in this first period. Noon taking the draw. He wins that one. Chipped in by number 8. Noon racing to put some pressure on in the Arvada zone. They come up through the neutral zone and goes over number 8 stick. Down Arvada controlling it as he's bumped up against the boards. Arvada throws it all the way down, no icing. They're not able to collect their own pass, so they have to go down and deep into their own zone. Sullivan gets hauled down. Chipped up the boards. Cross ice pass. Then Updorf gets it, passes over to Spinder. Spinder gets it up to Sullivan, I believe. Bouncing pass. Noon with it. Trying to get a shot on. Another shot on. Well, he made a good save there. Arvada now controlling it. They chip it up through the neutral zone. Chip knocked off a stick by Spinder. Spinder down low, trying to get a handle on it. He does not. Arvada comes away with it. McKenzie now chips it up the boards. Trillo right there. And Tigers get it back in their own zone and chipped up by McKenzie. Goes down into the Arvada zone. No icing there. The officials waved that one off. Gibson down there. Back up to the point to Marvisi. Marvisi tried to go cross ice. Not able to do so. Goes off Van Opdorf's skate. Back into the zone, but it goes back in offside. So we get another stoppage of play. Face off in the neutral zone, taken by Seabolt. Seabolt takes a whack at it. And Arvada comes away with that one. They bring it up through the neutral zone, throw it on Kimball. Goes wide. Chamberlain right there. And Dean kicks it out. Gets knocked right back in. Marvisi back to pick it up. She goes behind the net. Reverses back over to the far side. Chipped up to Seabold. Goes off the back of his skate. Goes in the zone. Arvada having to pick it up. Dean not able to get to it. Little centering pass there by Arvada. Dean bounces it off the boards, picks up his own bounce, loses a handle on it. Now Arvada comes flying up, knocked through the neutral zone, and finally in. Marvisi with it, bounces it off the boards. Doesn't get it out though, and finally an attempt by Seabold gets it out of the zone. Dean with it, tries to get it up to number 76. I'm going to figure out who whose number that is. Arvisi right there. Prevented that pass from going very far. And chipped in by Arvada. Chamberlain back to get it. He blows the tire. And it looks like Arvada's going to the box for a hooking call. That's going to put the Tigers on a power play. .9:33 left in the first period. First penalty of the game taken by Arvada. Noon taking the draw, and he wins that one. Back to Lenhart. Lenhart not able to get a shot off. It's blocked. Number 22 in. Shot goes wide of the net. Goes off the side of the net. Sophia gets it up to Noon. Noon brings it into the Arvada zone. Chips it past to Sullivan off the side of the net. Noon got it, but had it knocked off his stick. He finally picks it back up. And he had it knocked off his stick a second time. Chip up the boards to Lenhart. Lenhart with a shot that's blocked up front. Spinder keeps it in. Cross-ice pass. Sophia Dryman with it. She chips it down to the boards. Now Noon controlling it. He tried to get it over to Sullivan. He had his pocket pick. Van Opdorp with it. He tried to center that one out. It's blocked. Picked up by Noon down in the corner. Brought around behind the net. And a shot off the post and goes behind the net. Sullivan there. He hits number 12. Van Opdorp pinches it off on the boards. Takes it down low. Centering to Dryman. Dryman with a shot that got through. Spinder now with it. He gets a shot that's blocked and redirected wide. Noon controls it now. Tigers getting some shots off on this power play. Van Opdorp managed to keep it in. Sullivan with it over to Noon. Noon back down to Sullivan. Sullivan with the shot goes off the mask of the goalie. And Sullivan gets pinched off on the board. Now Noon with it. Gets it to, that was Sophia Dryman to Noon. And Tigers are back at, Arvada's back at full strength. Arvisi picks it up. Gets it up to Sullivan. Not able to corral that one. Long pass. Truello with it, and he blows the tire as he's going to get the puck. Centering pass. Gibson gets it up to McKenzie, but he loses a handle on it. McKenzie picks it back up. Truello leaves it for him. McKenzie still trying to chase it down. Arvada went for the puck and not able to get it. Gibson controlling it down low, but he's got a couple of the Arvada players on, chipped up, and Marvisi keeps that one in. Chipped in deep. Truello going to get it, but not able to get to it first. Chipped up the boards. Chamberlain with it, and he just fires it down low. Not able to corral it is Truello. Arvada controls it, brings it up through the neutral zone. And they chip it in. Marvisi going back to pick it up in the corner. Marvisi's pinched off. McKenzie gets it, throws it up the near side. Couple Arvada players there. They're not able to do much with it. They don't connect on a pass. Gibson comes away with that and carries it up through into the Arvada zone. Chipped up the boards and out. Lenhart not able to pinch that one off. He just throws it in right on net. He had to wait for one of his players to clear. Arvada now with it. Arvada with it now. Chipped up the boards. Lenhart having to pick it up in the Tigers zone. No icing on that one. Chipped up as Schultz blows the tire and slams into the boards. Nobody around him. Arvada takes it back down into their own zone. And up the near side. Spinder trying to do something with it. Not able to do so. Schultz fails to corral it too. Nobody's able to get control of the puck. Finally, Fiend does, and he gets hauled down. A couple Tigers go down along with one of the Arvada players. Arvada takes it behind their own net and come flying up the near side. Van Opdorp gets it up to Thiem. Thiem takes it. It goes off his stick to near side boards. Number 40 with it now. Comes up through the neutral zone. And shot on Kimball. He just redirects that one to the back boards. Number 40 with it again. Rimmed around to the far side. And Sullivan not able to get it out. Puck still down low. Noon with it. Sorry, pass. Dryman chips it up out of the zone, but Arvada controls that one. Sullivan with it, and a shot at a goal. That puts the Tigers on the board. Current score 1-1, 4:14 left in the first period. But we have a tied game. Noon taking the draw now. Chips it up, but whacked at by the Arvada player. Back down into the Tiger zone. Marvisi with it. Marvisi bounces it off the boards and chipped up by Dryman. Cross ice pass to Sullivan. Sullivan's not able to corral it, but picks it up off after it goes off the boards. He had it stripped off of his stick. Shot and a save by Kimball. Marvisi picks it up. Battled down in the corner. Noon was there to help out. Centering pass goes off of the goalie. And chipped out. Goes past Dryman and number 42 for Arvada as he goes back into the Arvada zone to pick it up. He gets bumped by Dryman, but she goes down. Out of the zone. The Tigers trying to get control of it. McKenzie gets it up to, who was that? Gibson. But Arvada controlling it now. They lose it. McKenzie now with it. Goes off of an Arvada skate. Now goes off of Dryman. Chipped up by Van Opdorp. McKenzie now comes off the boards with it. Gets it over to Gibson. Gibson throws it towards the net. McKenzie picks it up in the corner. After the goalie makes a good save. McKenzie's centering pass goes by Truello out to Van Opdorp, who gets a shot that's partially blocked. Van Opdorp gets it up to Gibson. Back to Van Opdorp. McKenzie now with it. Centering pass over to Spinder. Spinder takes a shot. Goes off of the shin guards to number 22. Truello right there. Off the boards, up to Spinder. Spinder just shoots it wide, way wide. So trying to get it deep, it looked like. Tigers battling down low. Gibson comes off the wall with it. Centering pass, it's intercepted by number 22, and he backhands it all the way down. That's going to go right on Kimball. Kimball, long ball pass, and we got a too many men call on Arvada. It's going to put the Tigers back on the power play at the 2:10 mark of the first period. We got Siebold taking the draw. He's out with Thiem and Schultz. We got Marvisi and Chamberlain on the backhand. Chipped up by Arvada, but three Tigers right there, right below us. Dean comes off the boards with it, takes it into the Arvada zone, gets it back to Siebold. Siebold backhands it to one of the Arvada players. Siebold with it. Shot just goes wide of the net. Schultz there trying to pick it up. Centering pass by Schultz, picked off by Arvada's number 2. Number 2 takes it behind the net, tries to chip it up. And they come away with it. Chipped out. Chamberlain with it. He loses the handle on it. Backhands it up. Siebold now with it. Carries it in. Shot. And right into the top corner over the goalie's shoulder. That puts the Tigers up 2-1. That was a The goalie, I don't even think saw that. He tried to shrug it a little bit to get to it. Not successful in that, as it goes just over his shoulder. Power play goal by Siebel puts the Tigers up 2-1 in this game so far. Arvada comes away with that one. Number 40 carries it in. Shot. Kimball just shrugs that one aside. Spender picks it up down below the goal line, chipped up the boards, and not out as Arvada manages to keep it in. Centering pass, and Noon not able to get a handle on it. Backhanded up and not out, so Dryman not able to get it out. And Arvada keeps it in on the third attempt by the Tigers to get it out. Spender having to go. Noon now controlling it. Chipped up off the boards by Noon. And Arvada gets it back and takes it back into the Tigers zone. Spender going back to get it as Arvada goes for a change. Spender cross passed over to Dryman. Dryman not able to handle it cleanly, but ends up chipping it into the Arvada zone. Cross ice, or long pass over to up to 20 at center ice. He carries that one in. Centering pass, then offshore, trying to get to it, and that horn signals the end of the first period. Current score 2-1, 2 periods left to play. We'll be back shortly after the quick intermission. All right, folks, getting ready for the start of the second period. 14 minutes on the clock. McKenzie out, taking the draw for the Tigers against number 2. And McKenzie wins that one and goes back to Marbisi. And she was able to knock it away from the Arvada player. Over to Trello. He's not able to handle it. A shot went way up over and hit the backdrop netting. So we get a stoppage of play and a face-off just to the right of Kimball in the Tigers zone. Only 13 seconds have expired in this particular period so far. McKenzie again taking the draw, going against number 2. Back to Marbisi. Marbisi with it. She reverses back over to the near side. Picked up by Gibson, but he lost a handle on. Shot towards the net by number 20. Picked up by Chamberlain as he comes up through the neutral zone carrying the puck. Shot off the goalie's glove. Another shot by Trillo as that goes off the back of the net. McKenzie gets it down deep for Gibson. He's not able to control that one. Picked up by 2. 2 gets bumped by Trillo. Number 6 gets his pocket picked by Gibson. And then Gibson gets spun around. Trillo right there. Marvisi now with it. She chips it towards the net. Whacked out of the air by number 20. Centering pass, not able to get to the puck. Number 2 picks it up, comes up through the neutral zone, leaves it for his teammate. He wasn't expecting that, so Gibson with it now. Over to McKenzie. McKenzie not able to control it. Number 26 carries it into the Tiger zone. Shot towards the net. And another shot. Kimball with the save. Picked up by Gibson. Gibson chips it up the boards. Kicked at. Keep it in. Gibson picks it back up. Carries it up through the neutral zone. He gets pummeled right at the blue line. Back up to the point. Shot blocked by Spinder. Sullivan right there. Spinder bounces it off the boards, but not able to keep control of it. Number 22 there. Shot goes wide of Kimball. Back up to the far side. 20. Wide pass up to Thiem. Thiem controlling it now through the neutral zone. He gets it up to Schultz. Schultz had to chase it down a little bit. He gets bumped. Puck, number 22 got the puck around Spinder. They carry it in. Odd man rush. Centering pass over to 10. 10's not able to control it. Thiem picks it up in the Tigers zone. Backhands it up through the neutral zone. Number 14 picks it up. Pass picked off by Lenhart. He chips it up the boards. Thiem chasing it down, not able to get a stick on it. Arvada now controlling it through the neutral zone and chipped in right on Kimball. And he covers that one as he has a couple of players bearing heavily down on him. Face off in the Tigers zone. Noon taking the draw, going against number 2 for Arvada. Noon wins that one. Marvisi picks it up. She reverses it behind the net over to the near side. 14 gets to it first as he's hit by Sullivan. Marvisi now with it. And Marvisi picks the puck back up and takes it up the near side. Up and, but not out. Shot towards Kimball, and he covers that one up as he has a couple of the Arvada players bearing down on him, putting some pressure on him. We're going to have a face-off just to the left of Kimball. And we're going to have Noon taking that draw. All the way down, and that looks like it's going to go for an icing, and it does, as the Tigers not able to get to that one first. So we're going to have a face-off down in the Tigers zone again this one's going to be to the right of Kimball this time. 10:26 left in the second period. Tigers up 2-1. Noon taking the draw. Chip towards the net, blocked. Spinder with it. Carried up the near side boards. He lost that one. 44 tried to get it over to 42, and they lost. They were not able to connect on a pass. Chipped in by number 44 for Arvada, picked up down below the goal line by Spinder. He chips it up the boards, and that nobody's able to get a handle on that. Noon rushing to get to it. He gets to it first. Centering pass to Dryman. Dryman with a great shot. Good save by the goalie. Chipped up the boards. Gibson now with it. He gets past one of the Arvada players. Still controlling it. Down low. Centering pass up to Spinder. Spinder just gets it deep. Sullivan now with it. He gets pounded into the boards. Noon gets it over on the other side. He gets pinched off. And Trillo right there, he's got a couple players on him and gets pushed away from the puck. Now Van Opdorf controls it temporarily over to Noon. Noon down to Trillo. Trillo tries to get around 42, not able to do so. 42 now controlling it. Comes up the far side, pass up to the far side half wall. And then Number 22 gets around Gibson temporarily. Centering pass. Pass is blocked. Another centering pass. Goes off the back of the net. Spinder with it. Gets around one of the Arvada players. Backhands it up, and it does get out. And we get an offsides call on Arvada. 8:37 left in the second period. McKenzie taking the draw. He chips it up past the other center for Arvada. Lenhart blows the tire and has to pick himself back up. But Offdorp not able to get the puck out of the zone. Lenhart right there. Chipped again up to Van Opdorp. He's not able to get it out. Lenhart now controlling it. Comes up out of the Tigers zone. Thrown up and given over to the Arvada player. Shot and saved by the goalie. And a rebound picked up by Trullo. And he buries that one in the back of the net to put them up 3-1. I believe that was Lenhart that got that one. And that was off of a second rebound, I believe, before he finally buried it. Siebold taking the draw. He chips it up. Arvada controlling it. Goes off of one of their skates. Siebold chips it in deep and goes to pick it up. Centering pass. Schultz there, but not able to do much with it. Number 2, quick reversal as Dean blows the tire. Arvada carries it in, chips it in deep, and Siebold picks it up down below the goal line. Centering backhand, not able to do much with it. Chipped up, and Arvada picks it back up, and they come flying through the neutral zone and chip it in deep. Tigers having to go back to get it. Gibson now with it, chips it up the boards, up to Thien. Thien lost it, and Arvada picks it back up. Spins up to Siebold. Siebold on a backhand gets it into the Arvada zone, but Arvada picks it up and brings it right back out, chips it into the Tigers zone. Chamberlain with it, and he loses it. He gets pinched off on the board. Centering pass up to 14 at the blue line. Not able to get that on net. Arvada still controlling it in the Tigers zone. Chipped up the boards, back up to the point. Shot towards the goal, but nothing clean there. And comes over to number 44. He picks it up and throws it right past Kimball. And that puts Arvada back in the game with the 3-2 score now. Face off in the neutral zone. Moon taking the draw. He loses that one. Arvada controls it off the near side boards. Shipped up and into the Tiger zone. Carried by 40. Shot up over the net. Dryman not able to get a stick on that one. Arvada walks off the board. Shot towards Kimball. Goes off his glove. Sullivan tries to chip it up. Not able to get it out on the first attempt. He does on the second attempt. Now Arvada controlling it in their own zone. Down below the goal line. Noon keeps it deep in the Arvada zone. Arvada having to spin around and chip it up and pass Marvisi. Chipped up by Spinder. Arvada controlling it again. And Dryman picks off that pass, and we end up with an offsides call as it was outside of the zone. Face off in the neutral zone. Tigers go for a change. So does Arvada. Going to have McKenzie going out against number 24 now. And Arvada controls it, chips it into the Tiger zone, and then they do the chase part of the dump and chase. Back up to the point for 12. Shot towards the net. Picked off by Gibson. He throws it up. That clearing attempt is picked off. Thrown down deep. Van Opdorp gets it out. And races down to keep control of the puck and has one of the players with him, the Arvada players, over to the far side. Picked up by 2. Chipped up. And number 22 brings it in. Shot over Kimball, and that lands on the top of the net. I think it went off of Kimball and goes onto the top of the net, so we get a stoppage of play. 4:49 left in the second period. Current score 3-2. In the Tigers zone, and Tigers not able to get it out. Shot on Kimball, and he covers that up, and we get a stoppage of play. Not much time expired in that little kerfluffle. Tigers go for a full forward change. Siebold taking the draw. Dean gets it and gets around a couple of the Arvada players, but not cleanly. Siebold picks it up. Sorry about the camera there. Taken into Arvada. Dean picks it up. Shot towards the net as he had 2 Arvada players bearing down on him. Siebold chips it towards the net. The goalie covers that one up, and we get a stoppage of play as he covers it up. 4:10 left in the second period. Siebold taking the draw now. He wins that one back to Lenhart. Lenhart, Gibson. Gibson backhands it in the zone to keep it in. We got Siebold and I can't tell who that is over there. That looked like King. And he's not able to keep it into the Arvada zone. Gibson now with it. He lost the handle on it. Chipped in deep by number 44, picked up by Siebold. Lenhart now with it. Battle right in the corner, just to the right of Kimball. Schultz not able to get a handle on it. Shot towards the net by number 14 for Arvada that Kimball saw all the way. Battle now on the far half wall. Number 42 brings it in. Shot towards the net. Picked up by Gibson down low. Gibson just throws it high and hard right off the boards and all the way down, and that's going to go for an icing. Even though Noon would have been the first one there. It is still an icing call, and it will go back down into the Tiger zone for the face-off. Face-off taken by Noon. He loses that one. Arvada now with it. Spins around and maintain control. Shot on. Another shot and a save. Another shot and a save. Kimball shot off the net. Another shot and a save. Both goalies just going after it. Save from both goalies. Chipped up. Marvisi manages to keep that one in. Sullivan down there, and he loses the handle off on it as he gets bumped. Noon picking it up down low. Quick change of direction over to Sullivan. Sullivan on a backhand. Doesn't really go anywhere. Noon now controlling it. Gets it over to Dryman. Dryman gets it back over to Noon. Noon with it. Noon backhands it up, and that's picked off, thrown all the way by number 12, and that's going to go for an icing, and it does, on Arvada. So face-off will come out just to the left of the Arvada goalie, number 32.
What's your goalie's last name?
Morgan. Like Green Bay Packers, Paul Morgan.
I don't watch football.
H-O-R-N-U-N-G.
H-O-R-N-U-N-G.
Okay. Another failed attempt at a pass. It's going to go all the way down for an icing by Arvada. And it'll come back down into the Arvada zone. Tigers still leading 3-2 in this game. And this will be just to the left of the goaltender. McKenzie taking the draw. Truello moves in to take the draw. Truello back to Gibson. Gibson with a shot goes off of one of the Arvada players. Truello now with it. McKenzie trying to get to it first, not able to do so. Back to Chamberlain, shot that's blocked. He manages to keep that one in. Second attempt by Arvada keeps it out and chipped in by Gibson as he gets flattened by number 24, Will, after he cleared the puck. Arvada now controlling it on the far side. Gibson bounces it off the boards. McKenzie with it, gives it over to Truello, who leaves it back for McKenzie. Not able to get it over to Van Opdorp. Centering pass, Van Opdorp's not able to control. Looks like we lost the feed for a little bit. Hopefully we got it back. It looks like it. Chamberlain trying to bump the Arvada player. Dean trying to get to it. And he chips it up, but not out. Kimball saves it. And the second attempt on the shot goes wide. Tigers running around in their zone a little bit. Centering pass, chipped up to Thien. Thien tries to get it around a couple of the Arvada players. They managed to do that temporarily. Finally, 42 carries it back into the zone. Shot wide of the net, picked up on the near side half wall by number 2. And that horn signals the end of the second period. So we got one more period to play. We'll be back after the brief intermission. Current score 3-2 with the Tigers being up over Arvada. All right, back for the start of the third period, 14 minutes on the clock, and we are ready to go for the third and final period of this particular game. Noon taking the draw, he wins that one over to Sullivan. Sullivan bounces it off tried to bounce it off the board, didn't go very far. Arvada picks it up, number 40 carries it in, goes around behind the net, Marvisi right on him. Noon now with it. Up to Sullivan. Sullivan carries it into the zone. He tried to do a quick reversal and lost the puck. Gibson picks it up on the near side and bounced off the boards. Finally chipped up and out by one of the Arvada players. Marvisi having to go back to get it. No icing on that call. Marvisi now with it. She gets it up to Noon. Noon tried to get it up to Dryman, not able to connect on that. Marvisi having to go back to get it. Sorry, that's Gibson going back to pick it up now. Gibson gets around a couple of the players, bounces it off the boards, and picked off by 26. And Offdorp now with it. He jumped away from a hit there and ended up losing the puck. Now Arvada with it. They come up through the neutral zone. .22 for Arvada with it. Centering pass, Van Opsdorp with it. And he manages to get it out. He's hounded by a couple of players right there. Finally chipped in, knocked away from RBC. Gibson gets it over to Trujillo. Trujillo comes off the boards with it, down right below us. And then brought in by Trujillo. He had it knocked away from him as he entered the zone. 42 with it on a backhand. Get it out. 42. We got play right below us right there. Brought in by McKenzie, a shot and a save by the goalie as he covers that one up. We'll get a face-off just to his left. Both teams go for a wholesale change. Chipped in deep by Chamberlain. Up to Seabolt. Seabolt not able to do much with it. Centering pass over to Thien. Thien with it. Shot towards the net. And Schultz right there as the goalie went down. Not able to bury that one. Thrown up and out by number 10 or 16. I can't tell. For Arvada. That goes all the way down. No icing there as Spinder's right there. He gets bumped off the puck. Spinder now with it again. And he had it taken from him. And somehow that puck just bounced around, and Arvada got Kimball sliding across as it bounced back off of a Tigers skate, and they put it right in the net. Kimball was not able to get back quick enough for that one. That ties this game up at 3. Early on in this third period, so we still got a lot of hockey to be played. Let's see if one of these teams can break the tiebreaker. Games can end in a tie for the purposes of the tournament for the pool play. Looks like we got a discussion with the officials and one of the Tiger coaches. All right, looks like we're ready to go with this. The team's ready for the face-off. Noon taking the draw. He pushes that forward, gets it over to Sullivan. Sullivan chips it down deep and rims around to the near side, picked off by Dryman. Dryman just trying to get it deep. Noon right there, hounding number 2. Chipped up the boards on the far side. And not able to get it cleanly into the Tigers zone. Over that up off the half wall. Chips it up to Noon. They're not able to connect on that, and that's going to go all the way down for an icing, and it does. Icing on the Tigers. Face off down on the Tigers zone, just to the right of or left of Kimball. Tigers go for a wholesale change. Get new skaters out. 10:44 left in the third period. Let's see if one of these two teams can break the tiebreaker. Tiebreaker, I guess. Yeah. Spender gets it up to Van Opdorp. Van Opdorp carries it up through the neutral zone, tries to leave it for one of his teammates, not able to do much with it as Arvada chips it out. Bounced off the boards by Marvisi. Van Opdorp picks it up, gets it in, but it had it taken from him again. McKenzie with it. McKenzie with the breakaway. He's got a couple of the Arvada players on him, and they made a good play. No penalty called there. Thrown up and around by Arvada, and that's going to go all the way down for an icing. And I think it's just going to eke across the goal line for the icing call. McKenzie with a good attempt. He had three players on him. Not much he could do with that one. All right, Tigers taking the draw. You got Thiem stepping up to the face-off circle, and he loses that one. Number 12 for Arvada chips it up the boards, up to 20. 20 chips it in, and 22 gets around one of the Tigers players. Gibson almost put it on his own net. Siebel trying to get around one of the Arvada players. And back in. Chipped up the boards. And over to the near side as Siebel gets it and chips it up off the boards, and it does come out into the neutral zone. Thrown back below the goal line, picked up by Gibson down low. He does a quick reversal, gets away from one of the Arvada players, chipped up the boards, and they're not able to get a stick on it. Bounced off the boards and out of the zone by the Arvada player. Puck's right below us. Finally, Arvada's number 2 comes away with it. Lenhart gets it up and throws it in right on net. Noon with it. Over to the near or far side boards, throws it towards the net. That's blocked. The second attempt also blocked. Schultz rims it up the near side. Dryman not able to get a stick on it. Chipped by Spender, not deep. Number 20 carries it up. Shot blocked by Lenhart. Chipped up to the boards and shot wide. Kimball snagged that out of the air, though, and slowed things down so the Tigers can get a change. Good attempt by Arvada getting it on net, but it was wide. Noon taking the draw. Back out with Sullivan and Dryman. Gibson back on D now. Sullivan with it. Gets it up to Noon. Tried to get it up to Dryman. Dryman not able to handle that one. Dryman pounding number 42 there. Noon now with it. He gets hooked. Chips it up to Gibson. He throws it towards the net. Not able to get a stick on it. Back up to Marvisi. Back down to Sullivan. Sullivan centering pass. Shot towards the net. Noon was right there. And out of the zone. Gibson picks it up in the Tigers zone. Throws it up the boards. Marvisi now with it. She is able to get it out, but not able to get it over to Noon. Gibson now controlling it. He takes it below the goal line and chips it up. And it goes off a number 10's helmet and pops out of the zone. So we're going to have a face-off in the Tigers zone at the 7:07 mark of the third period. Both teams doing really well in this game. Very equally matched game. Face-off in the neutral zone. Thought it was going to go deep. Trello bounces it off the boards, not able to get it out. Spender now with it, takes it down below the goal line. Quick reversal, comes up the same boards, and thrown up right at Kimball. McKenzie taking the draw now, going against number 2. Number 2 comes away with that one for Arvada. Back to 44, back to 2, up to the point to 6, and a blast is blocked up front by Chamberlain. Chamberlain centering pass. Van Opdorp hounding, thrown down into the goal line as Arvada goes for a change. Number 40 beats all the Tigers down there to it. Centering pass, 26, Chamberlain with it. Thrown up the boards to Van Opdorp. Rimmed over to the far side. Chipped up the boards again by Chamberlain and not out. And that was a shot on net as Kimball redirects that to the near side corner. McKenzie now with it, chips it up to Siebold. Siebold trying to get it somewhere, and number 4 for Arvada just throws it in on an offsides call. 5:37 left in the third period. Again, scores are tied. Dean taking the draw against number 24, and no clear winner on that, able to get it out. Centering pass. Kimball just is able to keep it out. Up to Siebold. Siebold up to Schultz. Schultz is hounded. He stops, changes direction, throws it towards the net. Siebold gets a stick on it, but not able to do much with it. Lenhart now with it. Shot towards the net and a save by the goalie. Dean right there. And he's not able to control it. 42 comes away with it. Up and out of the zone. Marvisi picks it up in the Tigers zone. Changes direction. And back up the same side. Cross ice pass. And Gibson strips the Arvada player of the puck. Noon now with it. And he lost the handle on it. They tag up, make sure they're on sides. Thrown towards the net by Noon. Marvisi now with it. Gets it up to Noon, but it crosses over the blue line. And we will get a stoppage of play at the 4:09 mark of the third period. Noon taking the draw now. Still out with Dryman and Sullivan. Noon chips it ahead. Arvada got it out. Marvisi got it in. Arvada got it back out. Now back in. Arvada controlling it. And that's going to be an interference call. Good call by the official there. Dryman got absolutely hammered. Didn't even touch the puck. And number 6 for Arvada going to the box at the 3:41 mark of the third period. This is a chance for the Tigers to do something. Trillo taking the draw. Then Opdorp gets it below the goal line. Chipped up. Arvada now controlling it. Gibson now with it. Gets it up to McKenzie. McKenzie tries to get it to Van Opdorp. They're not able to connect on that. No icing there. Arvada picks it up in their own zone. Chamberlain shot towards the net, goes off the goalie's blocker over to the near or far side. McKenzie there battling for it. Trillo comes away with it. And he loses a handle on it down below. And not able to get anything on it. Gibson now with it. Gets it over to Chamberlain. Chamberlain backhands it up the board. Torello gets bumped off the puck temporarily. Gets it over to Gibson. He's not able to control it over the line. Lenhart gets the puck, carries it in the zone. Shot towards the net, goes off of the stick of the goaltender for Arvada. 12 seconds left on the penalty. Tigers not able to keep it in. Lenhart having to go back and pick it up in the Tigers zone. Long pass to Noon, and they're not able to connect on that one, and we got a icing call at the 2:08 mark of the third period. Arvada's back at full strength. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the third period. Noon wins that one back to Marbisi. She gets it. She's got a couple of the Arvada players on her. Has puck taken from her. Back up to the point. 42 with the shot. Saved by Kimball. Chipped down low. Centering pass. Arvada picks it up and tries to stuff it in the far side, but not able to, as Kimball's right there and able to close off that gap. Shot and a save by Kimball. Nice save as he covers that one up and slows things down. The Tigers got running around in their zone a little bit in that little burst. 1:33 left in the third period. Time's winding down in this game. But we have a tied game so far, 3-3. First goal by Arvada. Next 3 goals were by Colorado Springs, and then the following 2 were by Arvada again. Gibson with it, bounces it off the backboards over to the near side. Chamberlain trying to get to it first. Seabold gets it out of the zone and picked off at center ice by number 14. He passes it up, and the Tigers have to go back down into their own zone to pick up the puck. Arvada's right there. They come away with it. Centering pass. Up to the point. Shot towards the net. It goes wide to Kimball. Picked off on the near side. Centering pass. Thiene's right there, and he loses it. Shot and a save by Kimball as we get another stoppage. 55 seconds left in this game. Face off just to the left of Kimball. Thiene taking the draw out with Seabolt and McKenzie. Thiene wins that one. Gibson picks it up, takes it around below the goal line, chipped up. McKenzie with it, and he gets bumped right below us. And chipped in by number 2. Tigers having to go back and pick it up. Over the near side. Seabolt right there, but not able to get it out. Another centering pass, chipped up. Arvada picks it up. Shot blocked by Chamberlain, and Arvada manages to put it in the back of the net with only 22 seconds left in the game. Chamberlain blocked a shot off of the skate. That stung him. He's struggling getting up right now. Arvada picks it up and throws it past Kimball to put Arvada ahead in this game. Again, goal scored. First one by Arvada early on in the game. 3 unanswered by the Tigers. Now 3 unanswered by Arvada. Only 22 seconds left in this game. Noon taking the draw. And chipped up. Arvada picks that one up, backhanded in, and thrown into the Tiger zone. Spender having to pick that one up, rims it around over to Dryman. Dryman chips it up and out, and back out of the, went into the Tiger zone, back out, back in. And that horn signals the end of the period and the end of the game. Tigers dropped this game 4-3 after a good back and forth. We got the next game, I believe, this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Let me double check the times here real quick. That is 4:15 at the Ice Center at the Promenade. That's against Highland Hills. We will see you back on this channel this afternoon for that game. In the meantime, everybody have a good afternoon, have a good lunch, and enjoy your Black Friday sales if you're able to go out shopping.